What's up, everyone? Got a new angle for you guys, so we can go ahead and go for a little cruise. Today we're going to be discussing the top 5 things that I don't like about this car. Now I'm going to start with the least important one, and then finish off with the most annoying thing that I hate about this car. There isn't a lot. I really had to think hard to come up with the 5 things that I don't like about this car. They're not going to be as crucial to most of you, but my last 2, believe me, they're gonna really determine whether you enjoy this car or not. Sort of, they're a little bit more important. Before that, let's go ahead and turn this puppy on so you guys can hear what it sounds like in here inside the garage. Ooh, love that sound. I'll go ahead and put my seatbelt where that little beep won't stop. Switch it over into sport mode. Love it. Little roar. Can't get enough. All right, we'll go into comfort, and I'm gonna go ahead and change some stuff here. There we go. Open up the garage. All right, so again, all these things that I'm about to talk about may not be as important to all of you, but I'll start with my number 5. By the way, look at this view. This is pretty good. This is definitely not one of the things I don't like. I love all this 360 view and everything. It's pretty cool. All right, so number 1, the thing that I dislike about the BMW, it's a pro and a con at the same time. And this is not going to affect everyone, but it affects me ever so slightly, and that are profiles. Profiles with the keys, the way people come in and out, all that stuff, because of the fact that my wife and I both use this car, and my wife and I both work at the exact same spot, so we usually go to work together. However, every once in a while we don't have lunch at the same time. She needs to go somewhere, I need to go somewhere, so because of that we take our keys, right? I take my key, she takes her key. And when you consider, each one of us jumping into the car at a different time, it's not a big deal. The car recognizes what key's coming in, it recognizes what phone is coming in, and it all works relatively well, right? Not that big a deal. Now the problem does end up happening when we're both coming into the vehicle at the exact same time. When we both come into the vehicle at the exact same time, sometimes the car, will detect her key, not my key. It'll detect my key, but her phone. A bunch of different stuff that kind of end up essentially messing up the system ever so slightly. Again, it's not that big a deal, so I'm putting this at my number 5 of the things that I don't like about the BMW. I just wish they perfected it ever so slightly better. Now, how can they do that? I really don't know. It does a relatively good job now. It's just, again, a problem when both keys have to be in the car. When both keys have to be in the car, I have to be like, wait, let me get in first, stay outside. All right, now the car knows it's me. All right, come on in, or whatever. If I open the door for her so she can get in, and then I come around and get in through the other side, it'll probably pick me up because I'm on the driver's side, but it could potentially pick her up, and then all the little lights will be pink and everything will be on her profile. Now you can just change the profiles, getting up here and switch out to her profile instead of mine. I can't do it while I'm driving, but it's just one of those little things that ever so slightly annoying, but not that big of a deal. Coming in at number 4, this one is not a problem with the car, just a problem with BMW in general for not offering this option as it's like a $64,000, $67,000 car, almost 70K for this, and so you'd kind of expect to get a little bit more out of it, and the feature's not there, and that is, it doesn't have heated back seats, which most of the time we don't have anybody in the back seats. So again, it's not that big of a deal. It's just like, I'm paying so much for this car and there's no heated seats back there. The other thing that it does not have is cooling seats. Not for us up here in the front, not for them back there in the back, none. And I live in Texas, and let me tell you, in the summer it can get pretty hot, and because of that, you know, some cooling seats would have been nice. The main reason why I went with this particular style in my seats, the perforated seats, was because I thought you needed to have perforated seats to get the cooling seat feature. Then I found out that it didn't come with it at all. So in that case, I probably would have gone with the actual leather seats versus these perforated ones. But you live and you learn, I guess. I'll know for next time, pay a little bit more attention to what we're getting. So that is why that one's coming in at number 4. Not that big of a deal. Just wish the option would have been there. Coming in at number 3, I forgot, to be honest. Oh, I remember. The AC unit. So most people, the complaint that they were having about this particular car when they were looking into a BMW 3 Series or everything was that they didn't like the display part. They didn't like the fact that, you know, everything's controlled through here, and like that's a nuisance and you don't want to deal with it and blah blah blah. And although that's completely understandable, and I'm definitely more of a button person myself, one thing that I did figure out relatively quickly is that the AC unit is not that hard, guys. It's definitely not complicated at all. It's relatively easy to use. And right here I can just put sync, and then now everything's synced up. You know, if I want to change the temp, I can do it right here. If I want to add some heated seats, it's relatively easy to use. It's not that hard at all. The issue that I have with it, let me jump on here real quick. There we go. The issue that and you know what, as a matter of fact, guys, this is a good chance for me to show you all that it does have assistant driving mode. You do have to keep your hand on the wheel, but there it goes. The car's technically now driving itself. This will allow me to talk to you guys a little bit better. So, the thing that I have with the AC unit is that right now it's cold outside. You can't see the temperature, but it's showing that it's 43 degrees outside. 43, right? So when I put this at 67, I'm still getting heat. Now this could be a simple issue where I don't understand how to use this, but that is problematic for me because I want fresh, cool air. Like, I'm hot in here, and the only way to do that is to like go all the way to low, and then once I'm in low, it starts throwing cool air. But the cool air is now way too cold. Like, now I'm freezing in here, and if I go back to here, it's like hot air again because it's cold outside. So it's thinking, oh, you want to be warm inside. No, I'm already freaking hot in here. Give me some cool air, but just blow it, you know, kind of low. The other thing would be maybe going to low and then dropping this down so it's not as cold. But I don't know, it just feels a little bit of a nuisance having to deal with that. Again, not that big of an issue, easy to use, but one of those things that does bother me. So that's why I put that at number 3 of the things that bother me about this car. Number 2, and this one is a biggie for me, guys. This issue is really annoying, and that is, I don't know if y'all can see down here, but my wireless charging. I paid extra so that I could have a wireless charging pad, but it doesn't charge my phone. It overheats my phone. It gets it super hot. This little contraption, the center console, gets really hot. My phone doesn't charge. It actually loses battery as it's in there, and it's pretty much useless. So now I can't even place my phone in there because it's gonna think that I'm trying to charge it, and it won't charge it. It'll just overheat it. So then I have to find places to like put my phone that can't be there because that thing doesn't really work. So my advice for you all that are buying this car brand new and you see the wireless charging pad as an option, just don't get it, guys. It's definitely not worth it. Don't waste your money on it. It sucks. If any aftermarket companies sell wireless charging pads, I would probably just buy one of those instead. Not entirely sure. Now, here's something I suspect but can't test. I do have an iPhone, and the iPhones usually charge better when they're using MagSafe, and this is not a MagSafe. So, to any of you that have Android and you have one of these cars, let me know if the wireless charging pad works for you on an Android phone. Because I used to have an Android and I had a wireless charging pad at home that I would use all the time. And when I got my iPhone would just overheat and wouldn't charge. I had to buy a wireless charging pad that was MagSafe compatible to charge the phone. So that could be the issue. But if you have an iPhone, just know that this may or may not be worth it for you guys, the wireless charging pad. But again, kind of a big deal for me, and I paid money for it, so that's why I'm putting that one at number 2. Now, the number one thing that I hate the most, and this one kills me, BMW, why did you do this? I have no idea why BMW would do this, and that is the auto on and off feature for the car. When you're slowing down and you're coming to a stop, the BMW tends to shut off, right, to save gas or whatever. But that feature is so annoying. I don't know a single person in the world that actually enjoys that feature, that likes it and thinks this is the best feature in the world. I have that feature on my Hyundai Santa Fe, and I have a little button. I can just press it and turn it off. It's done, and I leave it off throughout my whole trip, wherever it is I'm going. Coming to a stop and having your car shut off, and then the AC gets a little warmer, it's so annoying. And then not only that, you're driving, you're kind of coming to a stop, and you're not about to stop yet, and your car just kind of shuts off. And you have to give it gas to move a little bit more forward. And when you give it gas, it just like throws you back because like the gear kind of kicks in all bad. It's just a nuisance. And there's no way to turn it off unless I switch over into sport mode. But if I'm in sport mode, then not only am I wasting more gas because I'm in sport mode, but you know that feature is off. So I'm just wasting more gas in general for everything. I just wish there was a button. BMW, if you can do an update, just give us the option to turn it off. Not all of us like it. Don't force us into it. But that's pretty much it, guys. That is the 5 things I do not like about the BMW. Hopefully these 5 things made you or helped you decide on whether or not this car is cool for you guys. Other than that, I'm gonna be honest, I don't have many complaints about this car. I pretty much love everything else about it. I love the way it feels, the way it drives, everything about the car I pretty much like. Again, as I mentioned, I really had to like think to come up with these 5 things. The main 2 at the very end, the wireless charging and the auto on and off feature, those are by far like the 2 things that I actually dislike about the car. But other than that, the rest of them were kind of like far-fetched into things that are slightly annoying but are not that big of a deal. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to give me a thumbs up, and if you want more BMW M340i 2023 content, just click that subscribe button I try to upload as many videos as I possibly can whenever I can. There is no set dates and times of when I'll be uploading, just kind of random, sporadically. So make sure to turn on that bell notification so you get an alert as soon as I upload something new, especially if you're currently looking into buying a BMW yourself. Thank you guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.